What's up guys and welcome back to today's video. Hope you're all doing fine, and today it's gonna be the final part of Madame Bo-Peep of the Ranches. It's the 7th part. So yeah, that's a long story. Let's just final it. So she cautiously overturned the pillow and then parted her lips to give the signal for reinforcements. Reinforcements at sight of a long, slender, dark object lying there, but repressing it in time, she caught up a glow, a pearl gray glow, flattened. It may be conceived by many months of nightly pressure beneath the pillow of the man who had forgotten the Hammersmith's ball. Teddy must have left so hurriedly that morning that he had, for once, forgotten to transfer it to its resting place by day. Even managers who are not notoriously wily and cunning are something caught up with. Octavia slid the gray glove into the bosom of her summery morning gown. It was hers. Men who put themselves within a strong barbed wire fence and remember Hammersmith balls only by the talk of miners about sluice boxes should not be allowed to possess such articles. After all, what a paradise this prayer country was. How it blossomed like the rose when you found things that were thought to be lost. How delicious was the morning breeze coming in the windows, fresh and sweet, with the breath of the yellow ratama blooms. Might one not stand for a minute with shining, far-gazing eyes and dream that mistakes might be corrected? Why was Mrs. McIntyre poking about so absurdly with a broom? "I've found it," said Mrs. McIntyre, banging the door. "Here it is." "Did you lose something?" asked Octavia with sweetly polite non-interest. "A little devil," said Mrs. McIntyre, driven to violence. "You've no forgotten them all allerty." Between them, they slew the centipede. This was he rewarded for his agency toward the recovery of things lost in the Hammersmith's ball. It seems that Teddy, in due course, remembered the glow, and when he returned to the house at sunset, made a secret but exhaustive search for it. Not until evening, upon the moonlight eastern gallery, did he find it. It was upon the hand that he had thought lost to him forever, and so he was moved to repeat certain nonsense that he had been commanded never to utter again. Teddy's fences were down. This time there was no ambition to stand in the way, and the wooing was as natural as successful as should be between ardent shepherd and gentle shepherdess. The prayers changed to a garden. The Rancho de las Sombras became the Ranch of Light. A few days later, Octavia received a letter from Mr. Bannister in reply to one she had written to him asking some questions about her business. A of the letter portion of the letter ran as follows: I'm at a loss to account for your references to the ship ranch. 2 months after your departure to take up your residence in Port, it was discovered that Colonel Bearpre's title was worthless. A deed came to light showing that he disposed of the property before his death. The matter was reported to your manager, Mr. Westlake, who at once repurchased the property. It is entirely beyond my powers of conjecture to imagine how you have remained in ignorance of this fact. I beg that you will at once confer with that gentleman who will at least corroborate my statement. Corroborate. Octavia saw Teddy with battle in her eyes. What are you working on this ranch for? She asked once more. 100, he began to repeat, but saw in her face that she knew. She held Mr. Bannister's letter in her hand. He knew that the game was up. It's my ranch, said Teddy, like a schoolboy detected in Neville. It's a mighty poor manager that isn't able to absorb the boss business if you give him time. Why were you working down here? Pursued Octavia, still struggling after the key to the riddle of Teddy. To tell the truth, Dave, said Teddy with quiet candor. Candor. It wasn't for the salary. That's about kept me in cigars and sunburn lotions. I was sent south by my doctor. 'Twas the right lung that was going to the bed on account of exercise and strain at polo and gymnastics. I needed climate and ozone and rest and things of that sort. In an instant, Octavia was close against the vicinity of the affected organ. Mr. Bannister's letter fluttered to the floor. It's well now, isn't it, Teddy? Sound as Mesquite junk. I deceived you in one thing. I paid 50,000. I deceived you in one thing. I paid 50,000 for your ranch as soon as I found you had no title. I had just about that much income accumulated at my bankers while I've been herding sheep down here. So it was almost like picking the thing up on the bargain counter for a penny. There's another title, surplus. There is another little surplus of unearned increment peeling up there. Steve, I've been thinking of a wedding trip in a yacht with white ribbons tied to the mast through the Mediterranean and then up Mount the Hebrides down Norway to Zuiderzee. And I was thinking, said Octavia softly, of a wedding gallop with my manager among the flocks of sheep, and back to a wedding breakfast with Mrs. McIntyre on the gallery, with maybe a sprig of orange blossom fastened to the red jar above the table. Teddy laughed and began to chant. Little Bo-Peep has lost her sheep and doesn't know where to find them. Let them alone, and they'll come home. And Clever drew his head down and whispered in his ear, "But that is one of the tales they brought behind them." Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright, that was a good story, guys. Yeah. Recognize that. So, we're running out of stories. Probably I have 3 or 4 stories left in this book. So we're gonna switch to something after a while. And we're gonna continue tomorrow with the next story. And see you guys. Thank you for joining. Bye.